Hello everybody, welcome to this video on one of India's most legendary warriors, an unsung hero whose story has been largely overlooked by both scholars and history books. His wisdom, courage, and leadership were never fully recognized in the pages of Indian history. Today, we dive into the remarkable life of King Porus, epitome of resilience, and strengthened his fateful battle against Alexander the Great. In this video, I will elaborate on King Porus's life, his kingdom, and his iconic encounter with the Macedonian conqueror, Alexander. I'll also be exploring more legendary warriors from history in the future. But for now, let's begin the journey of King Porus, the warrior who defied an empire. In the year 356 BC, on the 21st of July, a legend was born near the banks of the great Jhelum River. His name? Porus. The elder son of King Bahman and Queen Anasuyi, he grew up alongside his younger brother, Kanishak. From an early age, Porus displayed the strength of a warrior and the wisdom of a king. His kingdom, Porava, was among the wealthiest and most powerful in the Indian subcontinent. Commanding an army of thousands, he was accompanied by skilled soldiers, mighty war elephants, and elite cavalry. But what truly set him apart was his own unmatched combat skills. Towering at a staggering 7 feet 4 inches, he was not just a king, was a warrior unlike any other. Porus ruled his kingdom during the golden era of 300 and 4317 BC. His reign was marked by prosperity, military strength, and unyielding courage. However, a great test awaited him: the arrival of a foreign conqueror, a man whose ambition knew no limits, the Macedonian king, Alexander the Great. Alexander's invasion of India and the battle with King Porus. Alexander's campaign in India. In 326 BC, Alexander the Great, after conquering Persia and much of Central Asia, set his sights on India. His invasion was part of his grand ambition to expand the Macedonian Empire to the edges of the known world. At that time, the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent was divided into several small kingdoms, including Taxila, Takshashila, Porava, and Gandhara. The fall of the Ambi kingdom, Taxila, King Ambi of Taxila, also known as Amphis, ruled a prosperous and strategically important city. Unlike other rulers who resisted Alexander, Ambi chose to submit without a fight. He welcomed Alexander with open arms, offering him gifts, troops, and elephants. In return, Alexander confirmed Ambi as the ruler of Taxila under Macedonian authority. This alliance gave Alexander a strong foothold in India and a base to launch his campaign against King Porus, who ruled the neighboring Porava kingdom. King Porus and his army. Porus was one of the strongest and most respected rulers in the region. His kingdom stretched along the Jhelum River, and he was known for his military strength and warrior spirit. His army was well equipped and consisted of 30,000 infantry, foot soldiers, 4,000 cavalry, horsemen, 300 war chariots, 200 battle elephants. The elephants were the core of his defense strategy. They were heavily armored and could crush enemy troops and horses with ease. Porus himself was a towering figure, over 7 feet 4 inches tall, and led his army from the front. Alexander's army. Alexander's forces were battle-hardened after years of conquest. His army, though smaller than Porus's, was highly disciplined and well-trained in advanced military tactics. His forces included 16,000 Macedonian infantry, 5,000 cavalry, 1,000 light armed troops, siege weapons and archers. Unlike Indian armies, which relied on direct confrontation, Alexander's army was skilled in flanking maneuvers, phalanx formations, and rapid cavalry attacks. The Battle of the Hydaspes, Jhelum, 326 BC. This battle was one of Alexander's toughest encounters. Porus positioned his army near the Jhelum River, hoping the monsoon season and the river's high waters would prevent Alexander from crossing. However, Alexander used a clever strategy. He sent a small force to distract Porus, while secretly leading a large part of his army across the river at night, several miles upstream. This surprise maneuver forced Porus into battle on open ground. The fierce combat. Porus's elephants charged first, crushing Macedonian soldiers and horses. Alexander's troops used agility and speed, attacking the elephants' legs with spears and arrows. The battle lasted for hours, with both sides suffering heavy casualties. Porus fought bravely, even after being wounded, refusing to surrender. In the end, Alexander's tactics overpowered Porus's army. The elephants, wounded and confused, started trampling their own troops, causing chaos in the Porava ranks. Porus was finally captured. Porus's fate. When Alexander asked him how he wanted to be treated, Porus famously replied, "Like a king." Impressed by his courage, Alexander restored Porus as the ruler of his kingdom and even gave him more territory. The Battle of the Hydaspes was not just a clash of armies, it was a battle of legacies. Though Alexander emerged victorious, it was Porus who won something far greater: the respect of his enemy and the admiration of history. Porus's courage and resilience made him a legend, a warrior who refused to bow even in defeat. He stood not just for his kingdom, but for the spirit of a true leader who fights with honor and never surrenders. To this day, his name is spoken with pride, a symbol of strength and defiance against the odds. Time may have passed, empires may have fallen, but the story of King Porus will live on forever-etched in the annals of history, in the hearts of those who believe in courage, and in the echoes of the battlefield, where he once stood, unyielding. The legacy of King Porus is a reminder that true greatness is not measured by victory alone, but by the courage to stand tall against overwhelming odds. His name lives on, not just in history books, but in the spirit of every warrior who refuses to surrender. If you found this story inspiring, make sure to hit the like button and share this video with others who should know about the fearless King Porus. And if you want to see more legendary tales from history, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. There's so much more to uncover